Oh, hello, this is Daily Car News with Bijan. I'm going to keep you up to date on everything car every single day at 6 p.m. Pacific. Just smash that subscribe button for me so you stay up to date. The EPA is cracking down. Now, this has been an ongoing battle with everybody who's a car enthusiast and the EPA. Now, the EPA is going after emissions defeat devices and the companies who are issuing them. And they are handing out some nasty fines. Here are just a few. What's weird about this whole thing is they're saying all things related to emissions defeat is illegal, even if it's for off-road use. So essentially they're saying NASCAR has been illegal since about 1970 when this came out, because in NASCAR, cars are very heavily modified. They have no emissions equipment. But I know why they are saying this. They are saying this because when you buy parts for your car, a lot of the time on the bottom of the listing, it'll say for off-road use only, when the masses are not using it for off-road use. Downpipes, test pipes, chips, anything of that matter, especially because a lot of diesel companies have been hit, coal rolling devices or emissions affected devices. Now, SEMA has historically worked with the EPA to keep all things kosher. They want to make sure that modifying cars in the car scene is kept completely legal and they're not doing anything shady or sketchy. Now, what SEMA said is they are agreeing with this. Off-road use, just putting that on the bottom of a listing, does not prevent a person from buying it and using it on the road. Now, I wonder if companies are going to start to find some other loophole to continue business. If they don't, modifying cars is going to become a very underground business. Now, nobody in the car community likes hearing about this sort of thing, but the only thing that kind of keeps owners at peace is the EPA has made it clear that they're not coming after the individual owners of these parts. They're coming after the companies. Why? They're trying to cut all of this off at the source. If they're able to put all of these businesses out of business, then all of the people who are buying from them are no longer going to be able to buy from them. Now, there are some issues with this. The current owners of all of those parts, once these companies claim going out of business and they have to liquidate assets, all of us are going to buy up all of their product. So then once you're looking for a test pipe, instead of going to a company, you're just going to go on the forums, go on eBay, or go on Craigslist, find somebody who has it and buy it from them. They can sell it as a decorational item or a novelty item. There is no way the EPA is going to prevent all of the individual people holding this inventory from selling their inventory. And to further create confusion, groups have been presenting something to Congress. It's called the RPM Act. RPM stands for Recognizing the Protection of Motorsports. Essentially what this act allows is enthusiasts to convert their cars from road cars to race cars. Now, what does that all mean? So essentially, couldn't we all just say we have race cars and continue modifying our cars? How is the EPA going to react to this? Will Congress pass the RPM Act? We are going to see a lot of change coming up here very, very soon with modifying cars. Now, I'm hoping a lot of this is good change, but I can't stop to think, what's going to happen to all of our favorite companies? What's going to happen to OBX and Bride and Tomei and all these other companies? Will the RPM Act get passed and will they be able to sell to individuals who have race cars? Are we going to need to... That truck got right next to me. Are we going to need to get some sort of proof from the EPA or from Congress that we legally own race cars and can buy these parts for our race cars? I hope we find some sort of resolve for all of these companies so they can continue putting out the amazing products that they put out. I also hope if the EPA really does crack down this heavily, the RPM Act does get passed, and I definitely know a lot of us are going to stock up on a lot of product before these companies go out of commission. I'm going to stay up to date on this one as close as I can, and I'll post updates here. I have a car that is very heavily modified. The Evo's being built right now. It's at its last stages. And I wonder if I want to continue modifying that and continue buying parts in the future. What am I going to do? What are a lot of us going to do? So this is a very hot topic. If there are updates, I'm going to post it up here. That's going to be it for today's Daily Car News. Have a great one.